Singh voices Pickles in the new animated film Hitpig in theaters now. Hi, Lily. Thank you so much for your time today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit. Pickles is gone. We're trying to find out what happened and bring Pickles back.
Absolutely. She's on a mission to find her family, to make it back to India. She's been trapped in a Las Vegas show, and she finds an unlikely friend in a bounty hunter that is a pig. I mean, what's not to love about this premise?
The animals, Las Vegas, this Hitpig. Let's talk a little bit about creating the voice. Do you get to know kind of everybody else and kind of work off their styles, or do you just kind of do your own thing and go ahead?
Yeah, no, not necessarily. I kind of, I knew this is what I knew about the character. I knew she was physically and emotionally very large, right? She's a larger than life, has a childlike energy to her. She's been trapped for a long time. She's trying to find her way home. So there's a vulnerability to her and there's a softness to her. However, she doesn't, similar to most of our dogs, doesn't realize how big she is. So she gets into a lot of trouble and she makes a lot of questionable choices. And so I really tried to bring that to the voice acting, which was like a very sincere, innocent, excited kid who doesn't quite realize the trouble they cause, but has really sweet intentions.
Wonderful. I know exactly every child and every animal that we have is exactly like that.
Exactly.
Pickles is trying to look for her family, but you talked a little bit about your family getting ready for the big premiere. I mean, what's it like in your household and those phone calls, especially knowing you have a new movie coming out or a new project and everybody wants to support you?
Well, it's funny you ask because my family's flying into town actually because it's Indian holiday season that's starting. And I said, Mom, when you come, this is perfect. We can watch my new movie. And her first response was, you have a new movie? And then after when I told her, and then after I told her, she was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. My entire family loves animated movies in particular. Everyone from my nephews to my parents to the older people in the family, there's something for everyone. So I'm super excited for them to see it because they don't always understand everything I do, but they will understand this.
Well, I'll talk too about about your kind of the current generation of your fans and the future generation that are going to grow up, knowing that you were a voice in these films, Ice Age and Muppet Mayhem and this film, as well too. That these kids, hear your voice, they instantly like recognize you, and they get so excited because you're part of one of their favorite movies.
Mm-hmm. Totally, absolutely. I mean, I've done a lot of cool things in life. I've been very privileged, but there's something particularly cool about kids coming up to you being like, wait, you're the voice behind this character that I love or that my kid is obsessed with. That feels really cool. Like to be part of a kid's imagination and some of these kids befriend these characters. It feels really special, especially when my nephews do it as well.
Let's talk a little bit about the soundtracks to this movie because that's another thing, especially with adults in the room that they're loving it just as much as much as the kids.
Yeah, totally. And I think that's part of the layer that makes the movie so cool. Of course, the soundtrack is amazing, the animation style is amazing, but it just feels so cool and unique and fresh. It feels unlike something we've seen before or heard before, which is really exciting.
Yeah, there's always that moment when you have a toddler when you go from like the little kid music when you can start listening to your adult music again, maybe with different artists, but you kind of get a sense of
Exactly.
normalcy in that way.
Exactly.
Andy Serkis, RuPaul, Jason Sudeikis, Rainn Wilson. Talk a little bit about some of the other talent. Who are you looking forward to working with the most and being a part of the film together?
I mean, they all did such an incredible job in the film, and I feel so grateful and privileged to be amongst this cast. I've actually never had the pleasure of meeting Jason. I'm sure so lovely, but he does a phenomenal job in this. I have met RuPaul. I have met Rainn Wilson. Rainn Wilson is hilarious in this film, I have to say. So it was just, I wish we could all be in the room doing the VO sessions together. It's not how it works, but fingers crossed one day I get to meet Jason.
That is amazing. We start off in Las Vegas in the movie. Any fun Las Vegas stories that you have? I mean, obviously you don't have to share every, what happens in Las Vegas, but anything that you could
What
pull
happens
from.
in Vegas is supposed to stay in Vegas, is that's what I've heard. But there's been some fun Vegas things. I haven't spent too much time in Vegas, but I went for like a boy band concert once upon a time for 24 hours to live my teenage dreams. That was really fun. Vegas is one of those places, where you can go and after 48 hours, you're like, I've got my fill and I will come back later, which is why Pickles has been there for a long time. And she's like, I need to go to India.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
I need to go home. It's relatable. She's in Vegas. She wants to go home. I mean, who hasn't been there?
Oh, exactly. Well, Lily, thank you so much for your time today. Hit Pig now in theaters.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.